my goal is to make 3 different pieces. The first piece I've started on this week is a very classical ballet to music by Schubert, pretty traditional with a little bit of contemporary movement in there to juxtapose the classical. And then I'm going to try to do a more contemporary piece with music by Steve Wright. And then the third piece I'd like to do is more of a fun, jazzy piece with music by the classically trained jazz musician John Zorn. Why did I choose to do 3 pieces? As I was thinking about what kind of a piece I wanted to create while I was out here at the University of California, Irvine, I kept thinking, this is such a luxury for a choreographer to have 3 weeks, 3 hours a day to create whatever you want. And I thought, why not take full advantage of it? I have an idea, sort of like a mapped out idea of what I want to do with each piece, where things will happen, what the music is telling me will do, some kind of an idea for the style of movement. But mostly I'm sort of like pretty laid back, and I go into the studio with an open mind and see where the dancers are going to take me and lead me, because ultimately the piece I'm making is for them, and I want them to feel the best possible with the best kind of movement for their individual styles and bodies. I start with the music because that's what inspires me. So I have a huge playlist of wish list on my iTunes, and when I'm thinking of doing a new piece, I go back and look at the list and see which pieces are inspiring me at the moment. The next thing that I take into consideration is the dancers I'm working with. I like to create on the spot with them in front of me. If somebody's a great jumper, I might take something that might have been like on the ground and elevate it. To have this lovely large amount of time to create is fantastic, and I want to take full advantage of it as much as possible. You go in and you try something, and then the next day you think, that didn't look so good, let's change it. There's not such a demand that it has to be perfect the first time, which is such a great gift. And then the second part, which is so wonderful about this program, is you do get to meet other choreographers, because being a choreographer, it's a very isolated, alienated life. You're by yourself most of the time with your ideas, with your music, a lot of times in the studio alone, trying to work out movement to bring into the dancers. So to be able to have other people to bounce ideas off who are going through the same experiences and trials and tribulations that you yourself, it's very comforting to be able to have someone to talk about these ideas and issues and how we feel, creating work and what works for us, what doesn't, how we struggle, how we succeed. It's nice to have a support system, which is such a rarity.